The Public Health Agency of Canada confirmed media reports just before Christmas that it had secretly accessed location data for 33 million mobile devices to monitor the movement of Canadians during COVID-19. That number represents roughly 87% of the population who were spied on without any knowledge that the government was accessing their data. Public Health Agency of Canada officials were forced to admit this had occurred after a request for proposal was published with a call for interest in continuing a program of collecting data for up to 5 more years.
When people are vaccinated, they can feel safe that they are not going to get infected. When people are vaccinated, they can feel safe that they are not going to get infected. When people are vaccinated, they can feel safe that they are not going to get infected, whether they're outdoors or indoors. That's the bottom line of that, to get people to appreciate you get vaccinated and you're really quite safe from getting infected.
Best vaccination is to get infected yourself, because it's the most potent vaccination is getting infected yourself. Best vaccination is to get infected yourself.
Our data from the CDC today suggests, that vaccinated people do not carry the virus, don't get sick. Vaccinated people do not carry the virus, don't get sick. Vaccinated people do not carry the virus, don't get sick. And that it's not just in the clinical trials, but it's also in real-world data. Vaccinated people do not carry the virus, don't get sick.
Public officials from the Public Health Agency of Canada did not have the science to support this policy. So the government initiated a study with a guy named David Fisman at the University of Toronto. And this study was so bad, Madam Speaker, that there's a book called Fisman's Fraud, The Rise of Canadian Hate Science.
When you look at the Omicron surge and you look at the Government of Ontario data, it actually showed that the cases, the COVID cases, were dominated by the vaccinated, and that the vaccinated actually had higher incident rates than the unvaccinated. Mm-hmm. And he basically ignored real-world data and flipped the trends and then passed that off as a true reflection of events. So you're basically overwriting the Omicron surge with a fake simulation that says the opposite. And then it went out to the public. It was publicized everywhere.
New this morning just released a new University of Toronto study that is claiming unvaccinated people actually increase the risk of infection for those that are vaccinated. I mean, this story is getting a lot of play, a lot of headlines this morning. It's sure to cause a lot of debate.
Was used to say to Canadians that unvaxxed Canadians were a danger to vaccinated Canadians. It was the demonization of millions of Canadians.
These are ones that still deny the pandemic. And at the end of the day, thank goodness that the far right.
If anyone who doesn't have a legitimate medical reason for not getting fully vaccinated chooses to not get vaccinated, there will be consequences. The people who choose not to get vaccinated don't get to get on a plane or a train, don't get to work in the public service, don't get to go to movie theaters or gyms or restaurants and other non-essential services.
In a COVID hearing in the European Parliament, one of the Pfizer directors just admitted to me, at the time of introduction, the vaccine had never been tested on stopping the transmission of the virus. This removes the entire legal basis for the COVID passport. The COVID passport that led to massive institutional discrimination as people lost access to essential parts of society. Was the Pfizer COVID vaccine tested on stopping the transmission of the virus before it entered the market? I really want a straight answer.
Regarding the question around, did we know about stopping immunisation before it's entered the market? No. We had to really move at the speed of science to really understand what is taking place in the market. Did we know about stopping immunisation before it's entered the market? No.
Vaccinated people do not carry the virus, don't get sick.
Misinformation on social media is killing people. Do you agree?
Absolutely. It's been weird that, vaccines have been attacked as, being overall net negative, or there's some conspiracy here. It's terrible.
Well, some of it affects you. You're part of these conspiracy theories.
That is a very weird thing, that just because I support vaccines to save millions of lives, people are saying, no, I make money from vaccines, or that I'm trying to, cause death or track, or a lot of strange stuff. Hard to understand why that is.
Is basically biological chip that it is in the tablet, and once you take the tablet and dissolves into your stomach, sends a signal that you took the tablet. So imagine the applications of that, compliance.
We made it.
I love you. We had a successful vaccine. The efficacy was more than 90%. Oh my God!
Did we know about stopping humanisation before it's entered the market? No.
There is a very small part of professionals which they circulate on purpose misinformation so that they will mislead those that they have concern. Those people are criminals. They're not bad people, they're criminals people.
the serious challenge that's posed by anti-vaxxers. And I think we need to strategize to really push back, because vaccines work, vaccines affect adults, and we have science, evidence on our side. I think it's time to be more aggressive in pushing back on anti-vaxxers. I think they use COVID as an opportunity, and all the havoc they're creating.
It will really become possible to hack not just my smartphone and email, but to hack my brain. To prepare for this kind of world, which is coming sooner, I think, than many people realize, we need an antivirus for the brain.
COVID is critical because this is what convinces people to accept, to legitimize total biometric surveillance. If we want to stop this epidemic, we need not just to monitor people, we need to monitor what's happening under their skin. And COVID is important because COVID legitimizes some of the crucial steps, even in democratic countries.
The difference of this fourth industrial revolution is it doesn't change what you are doing, it changes you. If you take genetic editing, just as an example, it's you who are changed, and of course this has a big impact on your identity.
What the fourth industrial revolution will lead to is a fusion of our physical, our digital, and our biological identities.
Merkel, even Vladimir Putin and so on, they all have been young global leaders of the World Economic Forum. What we are very proud of now is the young generation, like Prime Minister Trudeau, President of Argentina and so on, that we penetrate the cabinets. So yesterday I was at a reception for Prime Minister Trudeau, and I know that half of this cabinet, or even more half of this cabinet, are for our actually young global leaders of the world.
Right. That's true in Argentina as well.
It's true in Argentina, and it's true in France now.
Vaccinated people do not carry the virus, don't get sick.